Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. We're gonna get vampy in today's video because I have the new Bella Beaute Bar Vamp palette. This is round 2 for Halloween 2024 and I cannot wait to try this out for you guys. Y'all know I love Bella Beaute Bar. I've been using Bella Beaute Bar for years and I'm so glad that I'm on their PR list. Thank you, Bella Beaute Bar, for sending this my way. Let's take a look inside Vamp. Miss Vamp will drop on October the 4th, which is a Friday, by the way, and I'll have more details as I get them in the description box. So here is this 15 pan palette. These shades look so much fun. I think they are pretty much traditional Halloween shades, but you know Bella Beaute Bar is going to bring it with the formula, and that is what I'm going to be anxious to try out for you guys today. There's a lot of multi-chromes, duochromes in here, and of course you have those amazing mattes to anchor your looks with. And I'll be doing 2 looks with this palette. Super excited for it, and again, check the description box because as I get more information, I will include it in there. I do have an affiliate code because I feel like this palette will probably retail for like maybe $65, something like that. That's usually what their palettes have been going for. But my affiliate code Steff10 will help you save 10% off of your order. If it is your first time here on my channel, let me just welcome all of you. Hello, my name is Steff. I love trying out new makeup, especially new indie makeup. I do tutorials, haul videos, ranking videos, get ready with me style of videos. If that sounds great to you, I want to invite you to become part of our makeup family. Do me a favor, click on that subscribe button, hit the bell next to it. That way you can be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you love Bella Beaute Bar as much as I do, or maybe you're just really into Halloween makeup, I know a lot of you, this is the time of year where you collect a lot of your eyeshadow palettes. Please give this video a big thumbs up before you go. And as usual, again, check that description box for links and codes to everything that I will be using. I am using some other Bella Beaute Bar items on this face, like blush and highlighter. And if you do end up shopping through some of those links and codes, they are affiliate, and I thank you for helping me support this channel. Let's get started with 2 looks. Let's try out Vamp. Let's see if it's going to be worth your time and your money. If you guys want to see how this palette is going to perform, keep on watching. Now, I've already primed my eyelids with the Moira eyeshadow primer. It's the one that comes in a little pot. So I'll be sure to have that linked. And Steff finally got herself a glitter primer right here, shimmer primer, thanks to Christina, the owner of Gourmand Girls. Thank you so much, Christina, for sending this to me. They have a new palette, by the way, and it's the Calavera palette. It's a colorful, beautiful palette. You guys need to check that one out, but we're going to be trying out the shimmer primer as well in today's video because I've only used it a couple times and that's what it's here for. It's here for me to use. So I want to do something red for the first look. We have like the sequin shade over here. And then we have this one is kind of like a rusty red, and this is like a lighter red. But I think what I want to do is I'm going to do this in the crease, and then I think I'm going to do this in the outer corner and then maybe go in with this one, something like this. Not entirely sure, but let me go in with the shade first. This one is called Drain, and I'm using a BKA 502 to apply. Kind of just bringing it outwards as well to kind of meet up with that bold blush I did. The blush is the palette that Bella Beaute Bar released over the summer, like Molten. I know one of the palettes was Molten Chromes, but it was a 6-pan blush palette. And that's what I have on. Okay, I love that. I think that looks really good. Now I'm going to dip into it with the same brush. The sequin shade down here. This one is called, okay, this is like in that old world lettering. Mickelson. I'm not too sure. What does that mean? What is that in reference to? Educate me in the comments, please. Ooh, that looks good. And you'll see that the sequin part, which is like the glitter overspray, that just kind of goes away. And then some of you say, well, why do they even put it? And I think it's just more for like the aesthetic of the palette. I mean, you can see like maybe a little speckle here and there, but for the most part, you are safe treating it as a matte because that's what it is. It's just a matte. Man, that was easy. That just really blended itself. Perfect. I didn't have to work for that at all. All right, now I really want to go in with this shade right here. So I'm going to lay down my shimmer primer first, and then we'll dive into that shade. Now, if I'm reading correctly, the shade is called Salvatore. That sounds familiar, but I don't remember. This is beautiful. The glitter primer or the shimmer primer is very gel-like. It's very different from the NYX glitter primer. Totally, totally different. Like this is a good one. I love that red. That is so, so pretty. I'm just going to take what's left on this BK brush I was using earlier just to lightly blend right in here. Well, if this look doesn't describe the palette, I don't know what does. This looks pretty vampy to me. But I want to change things up. Let's see. What do I want to do for the lower lash line? I think I'm going to do the gray over here. This one is called Coffin. Using a little Beach Cosmetics pencil brush to apply. I'm only going to take it about halfway because I want to try another shimmer shadow. Now I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This one is called Daylight Rain. I have a little bit of the gel primer still on the back of my hand, so I'm applying that first. Now I'm going to pick up the shadow. Oh boy, look at that. Ooh. I think I'm going to do some black liner both on the top lash line and the lower waterline. I think the look calls for it, but let me go take care of those finishing touches off camera and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number one. All right, guys, so here is the completed look number one. I love the way this turned out. I think this look accurately describes the palette. Like, this is the vampy look. This is the look that you for sure gonna want to recreate with this palette. Let me tell you what I'm using, what I'll probably use for the second look as well. Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Skinny Eyeliner on the top lash line. I used an Essence Gel Eyeliner for the lower waterline, black both. And then the mascara I'll be using in today's video, I'm still trying this one out from Charlotte Tilbury. It's her new Exaggerize Volume Mascara. I love it. Let's move on to the left eye and we'll start working on look number two. All right, now for look number two, I really want to play with the purples. So I think I'm going to start with this shade right here, work that, let that be the transition shade, and then probably do these three, a combo of these three right here. So the first shade is called Predator. And I'm taking Predator on a BK Beauty 212. BK Beauty is going to be dropping a new brush set. I think it's tomorrow. It's on Monday. So I will update you guys in the community section because I think it's a trio of their best-selling brushes. And you know that the 101 foundation brush is definitely going to be in that bunch. I actually used that earlier today to apply my foundation. It's my ride or die foundation brush. It's so good. This is a nice lilac shade. Perfect. Would even make a nice inner corner highlight. Now in a Sigma E45, I'm going to go into this purple. This one is called Threshold. I'm going to start with that in the crease. Kind of just work it outwards as well. Flick that up. It looks weird right now, but trust the process. We will clean it up. Now this is the Moira eyeshadow primer that I have on, and this is what I'm going to use to cut the crease. I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and take this part off right there. I'm using my Refer 13 now just to get a little bit better of a blend right there. Not too harsh of a line there. That Sigma brush was pointed, so that's why it gave me that pointed line. Just a soft blend. Now on a Refer 13 mini, I'm going to go in with that blue. The blue shade is called Lethal. I think it's called Lethal. And I'm just going to apply that right here, like on the lash line. Kind of just flick it up like that. But nothing too dramatic right here because this is the focal point. All right, now we're gonna do a shimmer there in the center. And I think I'm gonna do this one right here. This looks so pretty. This one is called Undead. I'm using my finger to apply the glitter primer just right in this area. Then I'm gonna pick up the shadow with my finger. Oops, felt a little bit of fallout. Ooh, I love it. I'll have to go over the blue shadow. That is really pretty. All right, now let's do something for the lower lash line. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do for the inner corner yet, but for the lower lash line, let's see, I haven't used this red, and I haven't used this shade either, but I don't know that this would necessarily show up. Let's try this one. Ethereal. Yeah. No, Eternal. Using my BH Cosmetics pencil brush to apply. Now I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This one is called Skin of a Killer. I wiped off the shimmer primer, so I'm just going to spray my brush with a little MAC Fix Plus. And lightly add that right there. It looks similar to the right eye. Okay. Look, you can see how the shimmer mixed with the blue shadow. I've already went over it, but pretty much gonna stay like that. I don't even know that I'm gonna add eyeliner. I think I'll just kind of tight line up in here. But let me go take care of the finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 2. All right, guys, so here is the completed look number 2. I had to change things up a little bit with the lower waterline. It's Give by Gwen Stefani in the shade Bathwater. I think that just makes the look totally different. And I didn't do anything to the top lash line just because we have that blue eyeshadow on there and now it looks like we have purple eyeshadow on there. But I think this is a fun look. I don't think this looks Halloween at all. I think this is more the Halloween eye, the vampy eye, but just goes to show you the two different types of looks that you can get from this Vamp palette from Bella Beaute Bar. Let me go ahead and wrap up today's video and I'll share with you guys my final thoughts. All right, guys, so after creating these 2 looks, I got to use quite a few shades in this palette. I didn't get to use this shade right here, and I didn't get to use this one or this one. So those were the 3 shadows that I did not use, but I used everything else. This palette is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You can pop out the pans. They're magnetic base, and if you want to put it into your own palette, you can most definitely do that. But Bella Beaute Bar, they do Halloween palettes. They do all palettes really well, but I know that they have like a soft spot in their heart for spooky season, and I know a lot of you do as well. It's just a fun time. It's a fun time for makeup. It's a fun time for fashion, and I think Bella Beaute Bar has another winner on their hands. I knew they were gonna do. I knew they had to be doing a second Halloween palette. Who knows if we get a third? You never know. But this palette, if you're interested in it, I am giving it 2 thumbs up. It was a lot of fun to work with. It was easy to work with, which is the most important part. But it drops on Friday, October the 4th. I don't have the time yet. It could be at 11 a.m. CST or 3 p.m. CST. I'm not entirely sure, but as soon as I find out, check the description box. I do have an affiliate code, Bella Beaute Bar, and it is Steff10. And of course, that saves you 10% off of your order. I want to quickly show you guys their previous release, their previous palette for Halloween 2024. And I also want to show you guys some other palettes that they did last year just for comparison purposes. So a few weeks ago, Bella Beaute Bar dropped their Poison Garden palette. This is a beautiful palette. It is a larger palette. This is going to be a 20 pan palette, but these shadows, I said it in the tutorial video that I did, they blended themselves. So if you're looking for some really awesome mattes and you're looking for maybe something that's a little more grungy fall vibes, because that's what I'm getting from this palette, this is going to be your palette. This is nothing near what Vamp is. And let me just hold them up. This gets a little difficult sometimes, but here you go. Vamp at the top, Poison Garden at the bottom. Very different. Very different. Nice compliments, but very different. If you want them both, I would say grab them both. But you're not going to be disappointed with either of the formulas. This has just been a beautiful palette. I've used it once since filming with it, and it's a great palette as far as formula goes. Those shadows just blend themselves. Now, last year, Bella Beaute Bar dropped Basic Witch. This was one of 2 palettes that they did, and you can see this is definitely more purple pink leaning. When you look at Vamp, you have more reds and purples, and then here is Basic Witch. So not too sure Basic Witch is still in stock or if they have it like on pre-order or anything, but this was a really good palette as well. And then I also want to show you the other one from last year. This one was recently de-influenced. This is a really good palette. I think this is my favorite between Basic Witch and then this one. And this one you can see has those red tones in it, those rusty tones. They do both have that pop of purple, but they are really different. You're getting like mustard shades over here, more brown, rusty. You have some green tones over here in this one. And then in Vamp, it's a little more darker red leaning. But you do have the blue and the gray over here in Vamped as well. So just wanted to show you those. And I have one more palette that you need to have in your collection. This was from 2 years ago, and this is the Strange and Unusual palette. So because of this palette, you all made me watch Beetlejuice, and I watch it nonstop. I watch it in July, I watch it in April. I already went to see, can you believe it? I went to go see the movie. Did I tell you guys that? So I went to see it on opening day. I loved it. I thought it was great, and I understood it. I understood the movie, and then when I watched Beetlejuice for the first time, the first movie, I had already reviewed this palette, and so everything just kind of came together and made sense. But they restocked Strange and Unusual. This is the one I have. This is the original. It's just an amazing palette. It is so much fun. I didn't use this palette when I went to go see Beetlejuice, the new movie, but I used the NYX one. That's because I had just gotten that one in. I had just filmed with it and it was on my desk. So I was like, oh, I'll use the NYX palette for today. And NYX did a good job with their Beetlejuice release as well. But here they are side by side. I mean, these are totally different. And I know that there was a restock or a pre-sale for Strange and Unusual. Definitely 10 out of 10 recommend. This was one of my favorite palettes for 2022. So don't be without this one. Like, you need this one. If you can pick them both up, pick them both up. If you had to choose one, I'm gonna go with Strange and Unusual, even though this is 2 years old, but your palette won't be 2 years old. But yeah, this one came out 2 years ago, but it's still on point. It's still on theme. It's trending right now. Don't be without this one from Bella Beaute Bar. Vamp, of course, really good palette, as are the other ones that I showed you. 5 Bella Beaute Bar palettes, totally worth having in your stash if you don't have them already. Again, Vamp, Friday, don't know a time yet, but Friday, October the 4th, Steff 10 will save you 10% off. Let me know your thoughts. Which look did you like best? Team 1, Team 2, none, all? Sound off in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. Y'all have a great day or night wherever it is y'all are at. Stay hydrated, drink that water, and I'm going to see you all very soon. Bye.